What's up, guys? We have a special guest. I've been trying for months and months at a time, and we finally have her on the show. Banana Bree, Claire, welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So sorry it took me so long.
It's all good. It's all good. We got you here now, so that's all that matters. How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm great.
Yeah.
I'm honestly great. Yeah. Cannot complain.
Okay. Well, I really like a lot of people asked for you to be on the show, and obviously I really wanted you to be on the show. And just kind of like cuz you've been in the city for a minute, so we kind of just want to like talk
Mhm.
about like your story, your come up story for like the new viewers, the people that may not know the origin story of you and stuff like that. So kind of like let's just kind of start from the beginning. Like I would ask you, how did you like get into like streaming, and when did it become like an interest of yours?
Um I started I knew about Twitch from Lyric. I used to watch his sub Sundays like every Sunday with my brother. And I didn't really know I thought Twitch was like YouTube where he'd only post on Sundays and that was it. I didn't know what like live streaming was at the time.
Yeah.
And then I got really into I found out like what Lyric does and got more into it, and he played on a Arma server. I think it was, I forgot the name of it, but he used to role play on there as like a taxi driver and just used to drive around, and I didn't really know what role play was. So I watched a lot of his Arma, and then I got really into the community and made some friends. And one of my friends had mentioned that there was a new Arma roleplay server coming out in like September. Like you should like play on it. Like I think you'd have so much fun. And I was like, I don't know how to role play. Like I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have time for this. And so they actually they they again asked me, you should apply, like you should try it. I was like, I don't even know like what I would do. So they actually helped me with my application. They were helping me pick out names and like what my role play character was going to be. And then I remember to this day my first time logging into Arma. This was like 10 minutes into the game. I was like, I have no, like I picked a guy character because apparently you had to switch your character like in the main Arma menu, but I had no idea how to do that. I just logged in. It's 10 minutes. I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm quitting. I'm not doing this anymore. I was sitting in a parking lot by like the PD of this server, like nopixel Arma, and Tim Mack, who plays or he played Timmy Mac Capone at the time, but he plays Officer Mac, the trooper
Yeah, yeah,
on
yeah,
GTA.
yeah.
He walked up to me and he was like, "Hello, like what are you doing in the car?" And I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I was gonna log off. Like I don't want to talk. Like I didn't know who that was, and like I was like, I'm gonna log off. Like I can't talk to this guy right now. And I spoke to him, and I was like, I said some random shit like I'm an orphan who eats grass outside or something. I don't know.
You're
And he was like, "What?" He's like, "What are you talking?" He's like, and then he kind of like embraced me, like showed me around the server, like helped me out. And then I kept coming back, and then I kept showing up, and I was addicted. Like
so
if it wasn't for Timac like pulling me out of that car that day, I would not be on GTA. I would not be
wow.
streaming. I
Shout
wouldn't
out
be
shout
doing any
out
of that.
Tim Mac. We
I
gotta
I
get him
mean
on the show
he
too.
knows. He knows.
So
But
what was like, can
it's
you explain
crazy.
what like Armor was? Because a lot of people don't know what that was before like the whole no pixel GTA
Yeah.
thing.
So Arma is like Arma 3 is a military GT, it's not GTA, a military game where it's like a simulator, but it was also modded as like a role play server.
Hmm.
This was so long ago. But that's how NoPixel I think first originated, was through Arma. And it's like it was so janky, it was so scuffed, but it was so much fun.
Because it was like raw. It was like pure,
Yeah.
yeah. S-
The FPS was I used to have like 2 FPS. Like I couldn't get in a gunfight. I couldn't drive car. Like it was
So was
awful.
you streaming at this time, or was it just like I'm just
No, at first I didn't stream for a long time. No, not a lot of people in Arma streamed. It was like a couple main people, and like that was it. Everyone was like just like a side character
yeah.
kind of thing. But I kept getting asked to stream, and the people around me were like, "You should just stream. Like, why not? Just do it for fun." I was like, "Ugh, I don't, I don't know. Like, I'm not much of a streamer."
S-
I remember my first stream on Arma. Um, I was stream sniped and killed.
So wait,
Someone
how do you know you were
watched
stream
my
sniped?
because then they typed in my chat and I knew who it was. They stream
Oh,
sniped me the first time I streamed. I was like, "What is going on?" But yeah, it was fun.
so that
It
was
was
your first
crazy.
time you stream. You
That was
you
my
got
first
your.
time I stream. Yeah,
That's
I got
crazy.
stream sniped. Yeah, and
So
killed.
so what was your was you like how do I what am I gonna say? Was you like when you decided to stream, was it like nerve-wracking, or was it just like, oh, I don't really know what I'm doing, cool, let me just try it? Or
It was. Oh my god, my computer was so bad. Like I think like my display was messed up, so I was like streaming on like 920 or something by 800. I don't even know. It was. I had no idea. I didn't know anything. I was like, I didn't even know what I was doing. I mean, at the time, like I think my first stream had like 300 viewers, which at the time was like, what the fuck? Like,
what do you mean?
why are
Right
people
now
watching me?
that's like, what the
It's
fuck? That's
true, but
crazy.
like back in Arma, like the amount of like the viewership for roleplay was so different. Like people were like peaking at like 1K or 2K at times. Like it's not like GTA. Like there was no GTA hype on there. I mean, we had like some big faces who showed up, like Andy Milonakis and Austin Show and Tyler One and stuff, but that was only like after like it had been like a year or something that people were playing, but there was no GTA hype. So like 300 viewers was like it was crazy in Arma. So I was like, I don't know about this one. I'm not doing this.
So the first time you streamed, you had 300 viewers.
Yeah.
That's huge.
What's because like I guess there was like hype built on it, or like people were like wanting me to stream so much, and it was like my first stream ever. So I mean I streamed one time and then I I stopped. I think I streamed like 3 other times after that. I was like, I'm not a streamer. My
S-
computer's not good enough for this.
So like you generally have like a like I your role play is really good, right? Was you always like, did you always have like that it factor, or was it like, did it take you time to like progress into?
I don't know, to be honest. I'm gonna be honest, like it was pretty I legit was on the server for like 30 minutes and Timac was like, yo, like look at this girl I met. Like she's crazy. I was like,
Yeah, you
I'm
just
just
said it like
making
that. Hey,
I'm just
I
I'm just making shit up like as I go, just saying random shit. So I don't know. I guess it just stuck kind of.
so you started streaming Armor, right? You said you took
Yes.
you streamed a couple days, and then what,
Yeah.
you took a break, and then did you start streaming Armor again, or did you go to like 1.0?
I didn't stream Arma. Like I streamed Arma like total maybe like 3 4 times. Like again, like I wasn't a streamer. I was in school. Like I didn't really like I didn't like streaming was like I'm not really I don't really care. Like I'm not really into it. Like I'm not a streamer. Like I don't think like that was a career path that, at the time was like an option.
Yeah, yeah.
But I streamed Arma for like a couple times and then stopped, and then I they released the GTA nopixel beta test for like their server, and like I streamed that a couple times, like maybe once or twice, and then I stopped playing GTA like 1.0 during like the very beginning of it. And I like completely stopped playing the game altogether. I think like the queue was really bad, and I just like wasn't really into roleplay as much. And I was
Mm.
like, this isn't the same. Like Arma was too fun. Like I it's GTA's not hidden. Because back in the day when people there was like the hierarchy, not hierarchy, but like there were like the role players who like facilitated a lot of roleplay, and they all went to GTA. And at the time, that was like, why are you going to GTA? You're wasting your time. Like, why don't you just stick to Arma? Like, GTA is not gonna like be anything. I specifically remember this of like everyone was like side eyeing everyone who went to GTA because it was like they were like
Damn.
that's so weird. It was so weird at the time because it's like all Arma was all we knew. And then I remember like I think the server was like SOE or something. just like blew up, and we were like, "What the hell?" And then everyone jumped ship. Everyone left. And then NoPixel beta came out, and then everyone was testing that and trying that, and it was fun. It was so different, but I don't know. I was just like not into the mechanics. It was like too fancy. Like Arma was so scuffed. I was like, I played a little bit, and then I just didn't get into it anymore. And then I came back. I think I came back end of 1.0 and then stopped again. And then I think GTA blew up in 2.0.
So it's kind of funny that you talk about like I guess like what do you call it, like from Armor. It's so interesting to hear that like nobody wanted to really go to like GTA.
No one did.
And that,
Like legit, no one.
and then so like after like you took a break and then you said you came back like 1.0. Was you not streaming at all? Was you streaming other
Oh my god.
games?
Oh my god, I forgot like in more enormous part of my life. Um, so when I was in like I was in college, and I forget what I was doing, but I specifically remember this. It was I pulled an all-nighter. I was studying for my exams. I was like, "Oh my god, like I'm so tired. I need to stay awake." So I went on Steam and I looked for free games, and I found a game called VR Chat, and
Yeah.
I got on there, and then um I met a bunch of people, bunch of friends, and like after that, I was told to stream. There was no negotiate. They're like, you need to stream, just stream. But my computer was so bad. I streamed like Minecraft and like random games. And then we had this group called Team 5 where we all streamed together. We all played VR chat. But like I never really streamed VR chat as much. I was kind of just playing for fun. But at the time when I was streaming, my schedule of my sleep was abysmal. Like I would sleep for 2 hours like every day. Like
Damn.
I would go to school, go to like university.
Yeah.
I would come back home. I would sleep for like an hour, um, do my work, and then go on VR chat until like 8 in the morning or like 6 in the morning until they were done with whatever they were doing. And then I'd get off. I'd get ready to go to like my 8 a.m. lab, and then I would go to school and then repeat. Like I wouldn't sleep. It was
So
bad.
where do you say like
And then I went to
this is
GTA.
like crazy work ethic you have, right? So it's like, yo, you know, you're doing your school and now you've got this kind of like, I guess at the time how you put it, this kind of like side hobby that
Yeah.
you're extremely interested in. Um, did you always have that like kind of like work effort, like you was just like fuck it, like I'm gonna go hard like
Um.
nonstop, or was it just more of like what was driving you at this time? Like what was like, was there a goal behind it or?
Well, I really was enjoying streaming. Like I was enjoying like the like everything that I was doing. Like it was really fun back in the day. Um, but I saw like I like had like a moment. I think like every streamer has had this moment where it's like I could probably I could probably do this. Like
Mm.
if I really tried. Like I could do this. And I don't know. I think maybe I get it from my dad, but like if I see something and I want to do it, like I'll do it. And if it's like a sacrifice I have to make, like I'll make the sacrifice and I'll do it. And it worked out, I guess, kind of.
That's crazy. No, but like it's as simple as you say it and as simple as you explain it. Um, there's a lot of work behind it. You know what I mean? And you know, there's a lot of people that either need that encouragement or you know need that kind of like mindset or insight on, you know, um, what it
Yeah,
takes to be. You know?
I didn't really have like um my parent like I told my parents like what I was doing, and they were like like stop doing that.
Yeah, of
Like what
course.
like what are you wasting your time, like you're wasting
Yeah,
your
yeah,
time. Like
yeah.
focus on your school, get it done, and then do whatever you want. But right now, like focus on your school, get cut it out. Like stop doing that shit. They hated it. They didn't want me to do it. Like they thought it was a waste of time. They thought like why are you playing video games? Like it's time to like grow up a little bit. I mean, my parents are like, they're from Albania,
Uh-huh.
so they're like, you be a lawyer or you be a doctor. I don't know what this video game shit is, but cut it the
Super,
fuck
super,
out.
super strict, super
Super,
strict. Yeah.
yeah. So, but when I was like, hey guys, like these sponsors want to work with me, they're like, why? Like what?
they
And
they didn't
they
understand
started
it, so they
believing
see
me
that
more,
check.
and
Yeah.
they started believing me more when I had companies reaching out to me and stuff, and they were okay with it.
They're like, what is
Yeah.
this? What is she
They're like,
stumbled upon? Oh my gosh.
I think they thought I was doing other things, not gonna lie, but I was like, don't worry, guys, I can do this. I can handle both. And I told them, like, if I start slipping up, like, I'm quitting. Like I'm just gonna secure my future with school. If I slip up, I'm done. Like I'm not streaming anymore. I'm not doing this.
So
But
what do they think right now? They're like, damn.
I mean, I think they're happy that I'm doing well, but I think they still hate it, to be real.
Mm.
Because I there's a lot of back end shit that not a lot of people, I guess, realize when it comes to streaming and being like a public figure. That's kind of weird, but yeah, there's a lot of
Can
side stuff that they just don't like.
can you touch on that or
Sure.
examples?
Like I get a lot of threats like online, like a lot of people,
Yeah.
just stalking and being weird and I don't think that side of it, I think they really just like don't understand, don't like they get like
Yeah, no. No, 100%.
especially with going out to events and stuff like that, they're like I don't
So
know if
so
you've
how
been there.
how do you okay, I don't I'm trying to like all right, we'll get to that because I want to talk about that, right?
Yeah.
Um so now you all right, fuck it. We'll just go to it now. How do you handle all of that stuff? Like, and obviously you're used to it now. This you're like immune to it, but the the first time experiencing like hate and like some weirdo shit. How did you like? Because you seem like a very like giddy, happy
I'm
person. Did you like?
I'm gonna be honest. This is kind of fucked up. I don't care. I'm gonna be honest. I like
So you're built for this shit, basically.
a lot of the stuff that I see, um, like it makes me laugh because I just don't like I don't I don't care.
Uh-huh.
Like if people hate you, they hate you. It is what it is. But I feel like when you know who you are as a person, it's like people like who say this stuff don't know you. And they
hundred and ten
can't take
percent.
away the person that I am and I know who I am. And like the words that they say, I guess like I mean, I don't really care. Like you don't like me, you don't know me. I don't care. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I grew up with a lot of thick skin. I had an older brother, so half the
Yeah.
shit that people say to me I've already heard. Like
Yeah.
is what it is.
No,
Like
no, no, that's deep because and obviously like it's crazy that you can look at it that way in a good way.
yeah.
Uh but a lot of people, like especially with the GTA community, man, like super
Well,
toxic. Like people have mental issues and like get bombarded with like comments and the YouTube and stuff. Like it's not tough. It's not. I don't even know what I'm saying.
easy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not easy. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll be honest. I think the beginning of 3.0, I got a lot of shit for my role play, and people didn't like it. And so, um, like what everyone's doing now, I was doing in the start of 3.0, like all the war and like the conflict and stuff. And we were doing a lot of conflict, and people didn't really like the way that we were doing it because they thought it was like too soon or just didn't like make sense or some shit like that. And that's fine. That's a fair, opinion to have. And I think after that, after like the third hate thread, I was like, okay, maybe I'll just chill for a little bit. And so I don't really get into like a lot of GTA conflict because I just like I do things to avoid like dealing with a lot of bullshit and stuff like that. That's why a lot of people make a joke like, do the angels even go to war? Like, no, because I don't want to deal with
Deal with
hate
that
thread
shit.
number
Yeah.
27. So
So yeah, and this is my and this is what I asked, right? So do you think role play is role play anymore because it's based on OOC decisions, no?
I think it's still improv, but it's like if you're filming a movie and like you don't film the full thing first, but you film second by second, and then you have like your phone out as you're filming, and then you have live reaction, and
Yeah.
it's all improv, and you can't help but not do things that like will like people won't like. It's just like, you know, it's like
Yeah.
a director. Like, of course they're gonna change the way sometimes that they do things because like, are people gonna like it? Like, if they don't, then you've lost your whole movie. You know what I
Mm.
mean?
But
It's
is it the
it's
people?
complicated.
Is the people? I always say though, but is the people that don't like it your people, or is it another community's people?
Um, I don't know. It could be both, but it's not more of like people not doing things because people won't like it. It's more of because people don't want to deal with what the backlash, I think.
Yeah, hundred
Because
percent.
I'm gonna be honest, in people talk about like 2.0 hype because it was different. Like people didn't care as much. Like the amount of hate like just like wasn't like so extreme. I mean it was there, but like people were a lot more like lax or like as not as dedicated, I'd say, as like
Invested.
yeah. I think nowadays eh, um any action that someone does in role play, whether or not they believe it, like we're role playing, like it's a video game at the end of the day. Like no one's actually getting like, you know, like yeah, you're losing your time that you've
Yeah,
invested into
yeah.
your role play for sure. But like are you like hurt in real life? No. Like you'll be fine. But I think the chats react as if like it's like a real life thing, and instead of attacking the character, they attack the streamer
The
kind of
streamer.
thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
When everything is like role play and people are role playing and people are making decisions OOC, but in character, if that makes sense. Like I have to make an OOC decision if I want Claire to shoot a cop or not shoot a
Yeah,
cop.
yeah.
And whether or not that's still role play, and it's like yeah, like things could be selfish in role play, but that's role play, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
But no,
But a lot of
I
people
totally
get
agree with you on
upset
just
about it.
like avoiding certain conflict because it just like the backlash and like you said the comment thread 27 is just it's not even worth it. It's like fuck it. And then people might say, "Oh, these guys are boring," but it's like they don't understand it. You know what I mean? It's a lot.
Yeah, I feel like definitely a lot of people are in boxes at the moment because
110%.
like it may be boring and like stuff like that, but I think we're a lot limited on what like we can get away with now without like people thinking that everything is like OOC or like crazy and like, you know, fans going crazy at each other and at streamers and communities and stuff. And I mean, a lot of streamers have to weigh like, is breaking that box worth maybe someone else's chat getting flooded for the next week of like hate raids and people getting messages like every single day? Like that's something you have to think about not only for yourself but for other people around you. Like, do you wish someone to like, you know, deal with that kind of OOC consequence of like getting threatened,
Yeah.
your IRL safety? Like,
No, 100%, 100%. And I think some streamers are not responsible in their chat. Like they don't,
yeah,
Like I see people like you. You're very like your chat reflects you. Like you're very like you'd be like, oh, show this
to a
person
certain
love. Da da
extent.
da da da. To a certain extent, yeah, because you're gonna
I
have the
think
wild ones.
that often if you like for me personally, like I mean, I've had moments where like I just like didn't realize what's happening because I didn't really watch a lot of streams, like no pixel streams or like roleplay streams. So sometimes when you get into that, like you don't watch anyone, you don't consume anything else but like yourself, you often seem to be in a bubble. And a lot of people who stream on GTA get in this bubble where it's like, well, it's not me, it's them. Because it's like, you know, your community, but like low key, there's some bad eggs sometimes and you don't know. So when you say that little comment of like, man, fuck this guy, like, why do you have to ruin my role play? 100 people in there are gonna be like, yo, low
Yeah,
key, he kind of fucked your shit up. I'm
yeah,
gonna go
yeah.
say something. Like, sometimes you have to remember that like your community is a reflection, but there are people who watch who don't reflect your like you or what you stand for and will go and jump.
Yeah.
So
True, true,
being
true, true.
mindful of everything, even if like you're in this bubble, it can get like crazy. And those crazy people will go crazy. And I've heard a lot of stories of people making a role play decision and it's like there's bad things that happen. And it scares me, I'll be honest. Like
Yeah.
I don't care about the hate and stuff, but I care about my safety and stuff like that. So
No,
I like
100%.
to be a little careful.
So, so now we're going into 2.0, right? So
Yeah.
are you Claire at this time, or what characters do you
Um,
have? What are you doing?
so I started off with a girl named Amelia, who's just like a crime boss's daughter who was trying to like do her own thing. Um, but so before GTA, I was doing a little variety and I was playing a game called Super Seducer. And I was like, this guy doesn't know how to like flirt with people. Like, I bet I could do it better. And so like my chat was like, you should make a character like that. And I was like, oh, like what would my name be? And before I used to role play as a girl named Claire, who was just like, I don't even know how to explain it. She was just stupid. Like she was just like, I don't know, poke people's buttons or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll make my name Claire, but what's my last name? And someone was like, make it Seducer. I was like, sure. And I got onto the server and I literally made her just flirt with everyone. Everyone. And it got to the point where like I didn't have prio at the time. And so when I would log on, it would be like once a week.
Mm.
And because I was in school again, like I was in class on TeamViewer, like
Yeah,
logging into the server, like trying to get
yeah,
in.
Team
And
Viewer. Shout
if
out
I
Team
get
Viewer.
in, yeah, shout out TeamViewer. But that's how I'd like get in because when the servers restarted, I was in class. So I would have my fucking TeamViewer on and I'd when I'd get in, I'd go home, I'd get on, eat, boom, boom.
Yeah.
But what's it called? I used to get on like once a week and I would forget everyone I talked to. So everyone that like I met, I had like right, it's been a week, like I barely remember what I did yesterday. And so I added on I don't do this anymore just because it's harder to grow a character, but I used to forget every single person I'd met. Like I'd just roleplay that she had amnesia. Like
Damn.
the clock in game would hit 6 o'clock and I'd be like, what am I doing here? Like I don't remember. And so she would just be like a floater.
That's
And
dope. That's
no
kind of
one
cool.
wanted to role play with me.
Why?
Like, I don't know. People thought I was weird and annoying. Like, I was for sure. But the only people that would role play with me, it would be like they couldn't leave. Like, it'd be like cops or EMS. I'd go to the, I had a BMX bike. I would go from the apartments and I'd bike to MRPD. I would go talk to like the person at the desk who can't leave. He has to stay there. So I had to talk to him. And then I would get run over or beat or something, and then EMS would come, and then I'd go to the EMS, and then the cycle would repeat itself until someone wanted to talk to me, or I'd get taken hostage.
Damn. So you really like put in the work. Like
Yeah,
it wasn't
like
like Claire and the Angels how it is now. It was just like
no,
Claire by herself.
yeah, I was solo like all the time, and then Claire was forced I shotgun to get married to Eugene, and then I hung out with like
You
Eugene,
ain't Eugene
um,
Eugene?
Mel, yeah, Eugene Zuckerberg, Eugene, Mel, Gladys, like that whole group, and it was really fun. They're great people.
Damn.
But and then I met Ashlyn, and then the angels were born.
Ashlyn? Sorry, I don't. Ashlyn.
She plays Cassie Cupcakes or Brenda Pancakes. I don't know
Okay.
if you've met her in game,
No, I
but
don't think I met her in game. I,
she's a OG.
so okay, so 2.0 the Angels, or was it 3.0 the Angels?
2.0.
So what was like like when did you get Prio? Did you get Prio in 2.0 or no? Well,
Actually, Quail gave me prio. I remember exactly what happened.
it seems like
I
Coil's the
again
only one that gives Prio because everybody says, "Yo, Coil gave
there
me
was
Prio."
there was a couple people. I mean, there's the to get prio back then was like you needed to make 3 people laugh in the server. That's it. If it wasn't, it was like Coil, Coop, or like Han. If you made those people laugh, you're probably getting prio.
And
that was how it
Han
worked
doesn't
back
come in the
then.
server no more, does he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember I biked to MRPD. Coil was on Soze, and I said a pickup line to him about like his pants or some shit like that. And he laughed so hard. He's like, "What the fuck is wrong with that girl?" And then I think he gave me prio either on the spot or afterwards.
Dope, dope, dope.
But yeah. And then the Angels were 2.0. That was crazy,
All
to
right,
be
so
honest.
I want to hear this.
Um actually,
So how did it
I didn't
start, and how did you come up with the name
okay.
Angels?
So it started with Ashlyn DMing me actually on Twitter. And she was like, "Hey, I see you roleplay all the time. You're so funny. Like, I want to do something crazy in roleplay with you. Like, let's get on Tuesday and then we'll meet in game and then we'll just make it up as we go. Like, I want to make a girl gang." I was like, okay, whatever. I think she had Lindy in mind and she had Mecha Bear in mind. So it was the four of us. I met her in game and then we kidnapped Lindy and we like kidnapped some cop and then one thing led to another. We were like, let's make a group. And we were like, what are we gonna be called? Like, what do we do? And I think some of the names that we considered were the Bay Gals,
The
like
Bagels?
bagels, the Bay Gals.
The Bagel?
Because we were like an all
That's
girl
kind of
group.
dope. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of dope.
No, it's not. The Bay Gal, like
Because you're saying,
bagels.
yeah, bagels, but you're saying Bay.
Yeah, Bay Gals, whatever.
Yeah, the Bagels. It's like a runoff word. That's kind of dope. I ain't gonna lie.
We were like, what the fuck? No. Um, and then we were thinking in like Charlie's Angels because it was like mainly the three of us because Mecca hadn't joined us at that point. It was like the three of us were like we were like Charlie's Angels. Like, what about the Angels? Like people what used to call us like SBS, like small brain syndrome, I
Yeah.
think was coined. Um, but people used to call us SBS all the time and like that we were just so stupid and just did stupid shit all the time. And then we were like, what about the SBS Angels? And we are like, sure, like that'll work, whatever. And so at first our name was the SBS Angels. And then I think in roleplay, Mr. K and Rami, I think, wanted to tax us for our name because I think they started SBS. And I was like, fuck that. I'm not paying the 10K. We're
Yeah.
changing it to the Angels.
Yeah.
And then we changed it to the Angels. But it was I mean, credibility wise, no one really cared. We were kind of just like we were spending 4 hours to do like a convenience store robbery to do like an elaborate plan so we wouldn't get caught. We were like loud, annoying, no one really liked us. It was like we were kind of just like rolling with each other at some points. Um, but we like I wasn't the leader at first. We were like three leaders, I guess,
Yeah, yeah,
together.
yeah.
And everyone's like, you guys need a leader. You guys need a leader. And then I think they all voted that I would be the leader because I was around the most and I just knew most people. So I was like, you just got to do it. And I was like, I don't want to, but sure, I
Yeah.
guess if no one else is. And then boom.
So now you're the Angels. Do you guys get like? Did you always have that block where it's at now, or was it just kind of like freelance?
Um, yeah, that house is like the one house that we always because back in the day you couldn't buy that house, you couldn't even go in it. But we always like just like camped like we just like camped out there like it was like our block or whatever. We actually hung out in Little Seoul a lot. I think
Hmm.
at the time, I don't think Chinging really hung out anywhere. But like back in the day, I think they had it like 1.0, but 2.0 they weren't really like present there. So we kind of chilled in Little Seoul. That's why there's a mural on the skate park of the Angels,
Oh
by Wu
shit.
Chang. Um, we hung out in Little Seoul a lot by the monument and stuff.
Yeah.
So we were a
S-
little Seoul
So
gang.
as a gang leader, what kind of trials and tribulations have you been through, and what does it take to like really like run a gang and like stuff like that? Like you know it was the Angels. It
No one
was
took
three
me
of you guys,
serious,
right? No
to
one's.
be honest.
Yeah.
No, because I mean, to be fair, my character was like not serious at all. Like she flirted with everyone in this like to go from a character like I had to role play like my memory, like I had to role play like my journal. Like we used to take pictures so that I would remember like big moments
That's
and
kind
like
of low key sick. I
I
like that.
at one point I actually had a physical journal so I would remember what I would have to remember. Like I would have to actually write midstream of like big events so like I would remember the next day.
Yeah.
It's like yeah, it was like if let's say I ICU'd, I would have to wake up and not I still do this now, I think. If anytime I ICU, I have to act like I don't have my journal with me, but I would have to forget everyone. So I would get on the server from the ICU. I'd just be like, I don't know who you are. Like I've never met. And then the angels would be like, go read your journal. Like go in your apartment, go read your journal, and then come out. And then I would go and role play, read it, and then like, oh hey guys, kind of thing.
That's
But
sick.
no one really took me seriously, I think. Um, I'll be honest, like it was like there was no like female gang leaders at the time. Like it was just me. And like people saw that and they were like, whoa, like I don't really know. Like she's a bunch of girls, like they're not doing much. And like fair enough, right? Like we were bad drivers, we were bad like we were bad at everything. But like I think a lot of people realized that like we were trying to be creative and trying to learn and try to do everything. And I think people opened up a lot. I think the main people that embraced us in our like stupidity was like Chain Gang. I mean, they still do, but it was mainly Chain Gang who embraced us and like were like, okay, I'm down to help. I mean, you know, Wayne from CG.
Yeah.
Wayne Wayne was actually our first mentor um for it all. Like he was the one person to go around to everyone and be like, "No, like you need to like trust them. Like they could
That's
do
what's
it.
up.
Like I believe in them."
Shout out Wayne.
If it wasn't for him, like I don't think the Angels would really like be a thing. He was the
Damn.
one who gave us a care package, like taught us how to do crime, like taught us everything. Him and Randy a lot like helped us a lot with not only credibility but like just getting started and knowing what to do and like foundational wise like knowing who to trust and who to not to trust and kind of like that. But for the most part, like I think I kind of just learned as I went. At some points I didn't want to do it anymore because it was like too much work. It's like glorified babysitter. Like you have to make plans for your whole group, plan the
Yep.
day out sometimes, like make sure everything is good, everyone's included, stuff like that. It's a big job, low key, in and out of role play at times.
Yep. 100% agree with you on that.
But yeah, it was hard to hard at first. I think with what we were doing, it was like it was shit that people didn't really like see, or there was times where people just wanted to discredit what we did because it's like, oh well, you're trying to be like this, so fuck you guys, kind of
I
thing.
seen a clip. I don't know. It was a clip though, so I don't know if he was trolling, but it was something like you
Oh,
were saying about
um,
like, oh, you said something about angels, and you're like, I think it was like because the Prio shit happened. You're like, I'm gonna be by myself, like 4.0 or something
oh,
like that. So I was like, I think she's
um,
trolling.
well, back in the day, there was only four angels. Like I
Yeah,
said, like there was me, Cat or Claire, Cassie, Violet, and Aaron.
yeah,
Aaron left, so it was the three of us. But then Cassie also left. I think she role played like she was in Parsons for like a year. So it was just me and Violet, like every day. Like it was just the two of us, and we're like, at the time, me and Lindy's like schedule was like completely opposite. So I'd be in the morning until like 8 or 9 o'clock, and then she would wake. This bitch would wake up at the night, and she would be from like 9 o'clock to like 2 in the morning.
yeah.
And this was like our schedule. So like I was alone in the morning, she was alone at night. So we would be solo at some points. But at the time, like I had made a lot of friends and I knew a lot of gangs, so I would quote unquote gang hop. Like I would go and do a job with this person, then do a job with this person, then hang out with this person and do this and that. And to build a gang that was really bad. And there was a lot of times where people were like, you should just leave the angels and then join my gang. And I was like, no, I'm an angel till I die. Like, no way. Like I would never do something like that. Like they're gonna come back and just you wait. They didn't come back. But me and Violet, Claire and Violet, started to invite more people into the Angels, and it started with Alex Campbell, the first boy, and then grew from there.
Alex, yeah, I fuck with Alex.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
Yeah. So you built strong, and now you have this
Yeah.
like Angel brand. Um, so you're now what happens now going into 3.0?
Um. Well, after 2.0, it was like we hit the vault. I think the it was so bad. The servers were about to close. The servers closed as we were doing the vault. Our first attempt of the vault, by the way. The servers shut down, and I think they found out that we were doing we were in the middle of the vault, like our first like role play vault. It was like kind of crazy. And I think they shut down the servers for like ever. It was 2.0 servers were done. They shut them down, and I think they found out what we were doing and they started them back up again because we were in the middle of the vault. We lost everything. They had to like spawn shit in for us. It was awful.
Oh, that's
But
crazy.
we finished that, and then 2.0 was done, and then in 3.0 we did a lot of business shit, I think. That's when like the VU was first popping, and you know, I don't know, 3.0 like beginning was kind of weird because in my like mind we were still like a criminal like gang,
Yeah.
like we were shooting, we were robbing, like, but no one did that in the beginning of 3.0. Like everyone was like trying to be like more of like a civilian, and I was like, bro, like I don't want to do like business role play right now. Like we just got out of like wars and like robbing vaults, and like what are we doing? And so like Claire was kind of floating around for a while, trying to like, still do crime, but like not really kind of thing. So that's where I got a little bit of trouble for shooting a little too much, let's
I
say.
can't even
Shooting a little
imagine
much.
it. Like you was out here shooting motherfuckers. That's crazy. Like
Yeah, well, I got a lot of shit because Medi's character Nino Chavez, I think like he was in a wheelchair and he hit Violet with his fucking crowbar, and so I shot him. I shot him for it.
yeah.
And apparently maybe not the best idea. I obviously nowadays it's different, but back then it was like to shoot, like people were role playing like shooting someone was like the extreme. Like you like what are you doing? Like what are you
Yeah.
shooting for? But yeah.
Yeah, I
I had
heard
to
the
back up my
beginning
girl,
of
man.
3.0 was like crazy role play. Like it was
Yeah.
insane. But
Yeah, it was a lot of business stuff.
so when did you like you obviously talented, right? You can sing. So when did you start showing that in the server? Like was that 2.0 or
Never. No, you want to know what happened?
what happened?
Okay. I I played Twitch Sings with my friend because she asked me to, okay? And so there was a clip of it because she streamed it. And so there was a clip floating around, and then these bitches will go into the server, take their phone out, and play it through their microphone at me. And I was like, bro, what is going on? Like, what is this shit? And then, listen, I never claimed to be any of that, okay? But people were playing it, and people were like, you can do this. I was like, I don't know about any of that. But yeah,
But you're dope. You know that.
thank you so much.
They said I got the first song with you. Is that true?
You
Or
did, you did.
hey.
We don't talk about Great Ocean Highway. That never happened.
Well, yeah, I
Never
heard. That's
happened.
what I said. I heard there was Great Ocean Highway, but I never heard that. So
Yeah, I was gonna do a song with my friend Reese, who plays Mia Bjorn, and okay, I yelled at her for this because we were in the bruh, I sent her like I wasn't sure about it, but I sent him like just one like a take of like me trying it. I was like, try it, and if it works, like we can redo it or whatever. It's like, oh my god, like okay. And then I wake up to a fucking clip of this bitch playing it in Wu Chang record in front of people. And I was like, what the fuck are you like? What are you doing? Like, why are you playing people this clip that like you haven't even finished writing the lyrics for it. And he was like, "What are you talking about? Like, I didn't think anyone would see it. Like, I wasn't even streaming. Like, I didn't think anyone would see it." And I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, I didn't tell anyone about this in GT. I didn't say anything. And then I had people going up to me like singing "Great Ocean Highway."
So
I
wait,
was
so
like,
did you like you must have been singing before, right? So like was you just
"No, what do you mean
like
singing
I'm
before?"
saying like you must have been singing like as a kid, like doing karaoke,
Oh,
some
well,
type of shit.
I was in like choir class.
So that's my point. You were
Okay,
singing
but
before, right?
not really. Like I was in choir, but
Choir is singing, no?
that was like in elementary school. Like I wasn't like a singer. Like I didn't
So,
sing.
so you're me to tell me you didn't know you could like sing.
N- You want to know what? I auditioned to be in a musical in high school and I didn't get any part. So I personally thought I couldn't sing, okay? I was told that I was a
All
bad
right, well,
singer,
to like your friends,
actually.
like your homegirls in real life, like
No,
you guys.
I wouldn't
So you
like no
never
one mentioned.
sang around them, nothing. No one
Well,
would be like,
I like we would like sing in the car, but like no one's oh my god, you can sing. Like no one said that. Like it was for the fucking Little Mermaid and I auditioned and they said no. So
yeah, but
I
that's
didn't
like
think I
a
could.
yeah. I think so. Do okay. This is an important question now. Do you think you can sing now?
Listen, I
Hey.
know. I think when I do, people somewhat like it, but I'm not as good as people like to say.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. So all right, we'll say this. We'll put it on record. You can sing. BananaBrea can sing.
Take that
So
off the
so
record.
so so imagine if you took it serious, like where
No,
you would
I don't.
be. Why?
I
But
don't
why?
think I.
Why are
No,
you shutting it down though? Is it just like something you just want to shut
it's
down, or is it just like?
no. It's just more of like I don't think that's like me. I guess I don't know. I've never like thought of like that.
But kind of
That's
like
like
how
kind of
you
crazy.
kind of like how the streaming thing was, right? I was like,
Kind of, yeah. I was like,
and then
whatever.
you just start doing it. And you're like, boom, you got hit records.
I don't know about hit records. That's a little.
No, but
I don't think I'm like
I
on
definitely
that.
like I would like to see more songs, right, from you, and you know,
Oh,
and like I said, like I believe, or I'd say I don't want to say I believe, I know you're talented, and I'd be willing to like help you, just like I feel like you should have like a project out and stuff like that, like just maybe like a side hobby, not no pressure.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You sent me the lyrics quick. So you can do it. You know what you're doing to a certain extent. So don't
I just
like
like I don't know like that whole music stuff. I feel like is so complicated. There's like the mixing. There's like the lyrics, everything. That is like this is a whole process.
yeah, it's
Like
a
streaming was a
process.
lot easier. I press the button and like shit
But no,
happened. You know
but
what I mean?
you say that to you because this is what you do, right? So it's like
Yeah.
I'm like new to streaming, so it's like I don't- hey, could you help me do
Yeah.
this? But to you, you're like, oh yeah, I did that and I got this. This is because this is your life, right? But
Yeah.
it's the same thing with music. It's like, you do a couple songs, you'll be good, you'll be jiggy because you're naturally talented. So imagine like practice. You'll be like, I
Yeah.
I asked you to like, can you make this note sound like this, and you did. You knew exactly what I was talking about. So I think it should be my opinion. Again, my opinion means nothing, but I think it should be like definitely like a side hobby, like how you looked at streaming was a side hobby when you was in
Hmm.
school. I definitely think you should like sing once a week, once a month.
Maybe. I appreciate it, maybe, but
You
I don't
should
know. I don't.
you should have been had an Angels anthem.
What?
Yeah, yeah, you should have been
Oh
had one.
god. No, no, because we would fake like we actually had a plan of doing that because Ashlyn wanted to do it, but no one like really went through with it. We were like whatever, but
I think you
maybe we'll
should
see.
4.0.
4.0 anthem.
4.0 anthem come out with Angels, blah blah blah. I think it'll be
Yeah,
dope.
maybe we'll see.
So I was gonna ask you another question. How I think we kind of touched on it, right? But like, you know, like what inspired you to, I know I get, like what inspires you, what motivates you, uh like what was your, was did you have any downs?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Like,
could you run through some of them?
I mean, streaming is not always like boom. It's not even always boom. It's like ebb and flow. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. Before GTA, I was like averaging like 100 to 50 viewers. Like, um, like starting GTA. Like, I didn't like immediately blow. Like, I never had like an immediate like whoa. Like what? It was always like constant. Like, I was always really consistent. I always put in the time. Um, and it kind of paid off like in the end, I guess, of it. But it wasn't like instant, like wasn't any of that. I had a lot of lows, not gonna lie, like a lot of like, should I keep doing this? Like,
Yeah.
why? Like, bruh, I could just go back to nursing and like I'd be fine. Like I'd do well in life and I wouldn't have to deal with half the shit I deal with.
Yeah.
So like, what's the point? But it's more of like I like to think of it as like a business, right? Like sometimes like if let's say like you own Chipotle and you know your customer like the customers that come in, they're not coming in anymore. Your regulars aren't coming in. And you're like, "Well, is the food bad? Like are we not like is our water not cold enough? Like what's like why are people like you have to think of like why are people not showing up? Why are
Yeah.
your regulars not showing up? There's always going to be times where people stop showing up because that's life. People will be like, I gotta move away from this Chipotle.
Yeah.
I found a new restaurant that I really like, and that's fine. But that's okay for people to like leave. But it's how do I get more customers like in? How do I get people to try my food and see if they like it? It's I mean, GTA is a lot easier to like have that kind of effect of people trying out your content and seeing if they like it for themselves. Because everyone's communities are like melting together and you can collaborate a lot easier than like let's say variety where it's just you or like just chatting or like any other directory like Valorant. Like there's not really an opportunity for you to clash with someone else's stream and
Yeah.
like collaborate in that kind of sense. So with GTA it's a lot like as time goes on, like as you get arrested by the police and like you make a funny joke, someone's gonna be like, What did she say? Let me go to her VOD and go see what she said." Oh, like, oh wait, she was kind of funny. Let me follow her. Or oh, she's streaming. I was gonna check out her stream. Let me check it out. And then so on and so forth, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like role play is kind of like uh a consent to share each other's communities. It's
Yeah,
like
kind of.
yeah, like hey, I'm giving you this role play. It's like, and you're giving me this. So I think it's really cool. It's definitely a new wave, you know.
Hmm. Yeah.
You know what's funny? I just remembered when you came to public and I met you with Sakid.
Yes, I remember that you were at the apartments, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you have music. Like, let me see. Like
And
I remember
I play Drip
I
Like Water. I remember.
yes, and I was like, "This shit's fire!" Like, this is
Yeah.
like, I legit thought you were like a real like an IRL like radio artist. Like, I thought you were on the radio and show. I was like, "Did I just not hear that?" Like, this guy like sent me something from the fucking radio. Like, think I wouldn't notice? Like, what? And I remember after that, I actually like put your name forward, and I was like, "This guy, like, we gotta get
Yeah,
him
you
onto the
like,
main server."
you're like, yeah, I'm gonna talk to like, and like I didn't know anything. Like I came into No Pixel Public, but I didn't know like a lot of these people are like fans and stuff, right? So
Mhm.
I didn't know who's who. I didn't know like I just knew of like Chain Gang, right? And you're like Mr. K, and then
Yeah.
my boys were like, yo, she gonna put you on Mr. K, blah blah. I was like, yeah, I guess. Like, no, he's huge, blah blah blah. Blah. So then because we actually started, well, I don't want to say we, I actually started the music in public, right?
Really?
Yeah, because
Oh, sick.
I linked up with Ming, and then like Ming, and then obviously Sakid, and then we was doing like, we was beefing with some guys, so we did some diss tracks and like, yo, blah blah blah, and then we used to do like crazy events, and then Sakid was like, yo, I think you came on as Time, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you can.
Instead of Claire was my cop character on public, and Time was my criminal character.
Yeah, and he's like, yo, I want you to meet this girl named Time. Yo, she's like dope, like da 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 da, and then after that, like maybe I think that was like summertime, and then I came into nopixel in December, and then like I think like the first day or two, um, they introduced me to Kay, and then I think you was there, and then like, oh, play your music, blah blah blah, and then it was like pretty much from there.
Boom.
Yeah.
Hate that guy.
Then I got banned for 9 months, but you know.
Oh.
But yeah, yeah. So you was kind of like the first person that I met.
Yeah.
That's
I
crazy.
remember.
Yeah.
Outside the apartments, and then I got RDM'd after that. After
But-
you left, I got RDM'd. My stream sniper, they ran their fucking tow truck into me, and I was like, I'm getting off.
Yeah, the public was
It was
crazy.
Yeah, but it was fun. I can't believe that. I remember when you got into I was like, I know that guy. Like I met him before.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
yo, that is crazy because like if you look at full circle, you was the first person I met, and then boom, come back, we do a song.
Boom, first person I did a song with. Done
That's
deal.
crazy. And I feel like you and this is another question. I feel like you was kind of like how do I say this? I feel like you were super nervous about the song. I think it was dope. I think the song was dope.
What do you mean? Yeah, of course I was super nervous. I was like, I don't do this. Like, I'm not like a musician or anything like that. I think I think I felt like people expected like whoa, like I expected you to be like the new Ariana Grande. I was like, guys, like I don't do this shit. Like I think the hype was like really high, and I was like, guys, like
Oh, you think
chill. Like
you think it was
I think
like
people,
yeah, I got you.
yeah, I think people expected me to be like some crazy vocalist or whatever. I was like, guys, let's get the bar a little lower. Like let's relax a little bit.
The feedback was crazy nice. Like people were
Yeah,
like,
people did
"Yo,"
like it.
you know, there's a couple weirdos, but you know, it comes with it. But the feedback was crazy. Like people were like, "Yo, Zo, blah blah blah." Like I like, and even like the guy who produced the song, Jarrell, I was like, "Yeah, this is like her first time singing. She doesn't sing." He was like, "Yo, she's dope." Like,
Really?
yeah,
Damn.
he's like, "Yo, she's dope." Like, you put her in the studio, like she could make some hits.
I don't know about that, but
Stop it.
thank you for boosting my ego.
So what's next? What's next for BananaBrea? Like what's the plan? Anything, it could be anything outside of GTA, you know, streaming, clothing, brands, like what do you have for like, let's just say the next 3-4 years?
Some stuff I can't talk about.
Yeah,
yet,
obviously
but,
stuff you can talk about.
I'm putting out more YouTube stuff. I'm working on a song with someone. Some people might know some guy. He's British. Starts with a P.
Oh, P Money, yeah. I was gonna say Randy.
No, me and P maybe be working on something.
Shout
but
out
I don't
P
know. I kind
Money.
of want to explore I guess new stuff that I haven't really done before and stuff like that. You know, hang out with the angels in real life.
Yeah. Like a
and we'll
IRL
see.
kind of vacation.
Yeah.
Have you met anybody IRL?
From GTA?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've met a couple of people from GTA. There's some people I've known like Ming. I knew him from Arma. I've met him. I haven't met. I think I met him in real life. I don't remember, but I've known him for a long time. I met Shots last TwitchCon, like before COVID. Some other people too. I've known so many GTA people that a lot of people forget started from like Arma. Like Buddha started from Arma, Ming started from Arma, Jack. So many people started from Arma that people forget.
Damn, it's like you guys are like been around each other for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Crazy. So do you think there's like this is another question. So like say you had like drama with somebody, because it's kind of like at this point everybody's your like what's that word when you work with somebody? Your
Coworker?
co-workers, right? Pretty much everybody's co-workers, right? So say if people got into drama like 1.0, Do you think that like, and then like, oh, I don't want to deal with this person. Do you think that like affects how they react in like 3.0 together like now? Like, do you think that's
Like,
why?
do I?
Do you think like, you know, like it seems like there's people who like just don't like each other on the server. Do you think it's because they've been around each other so long and
Well, um, I think role play is a lot harder when you're friends with someone like out of the server. Like, when you get to know people like on GTA, and then you like play games with them after, or like you get to know them more and they become your friend. Um, like people drift apart. People like there's always stuff that happens, and I think, it may affect the way they roleplay. I think sometimes people don't let it affect it, but I think there's for sure people on the server who, don't talk to certain people because of certain reasons. It's like
yeah.
only that's like in life too.
No,
Like
no,
coworkers you don't
that's 100
like
percent
that
in life.
much,
Yeah,
or
yeah. So
yeah,
like
but it's
there's a there's a lot of people that have opinion on like the state of the server, da 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 da. And I've never heard you like talk about it or like state an opinion. Like I've never heard you like say anything.
like, what do you mean, like the state of roleplay right now?
Yeah, like people are saying that like, oh, crims don't role play, and people say cops don't role play. Oh, we need a wipe. We need this. All these kind of things. Like it just seems like everybody's always like kind of complaining about something, and I've never really heard you express your thoughts on that. Or do you feel like because you've been in it for so long, you kind of understand like the waves, right? So
Yeah.
like, do you have an opinion on it or?
I think right now this has happened at the end of 2.0. It's the effect of like everyone. This is what happens when a new server is announced. Like, oh my god, they're bringing back 2.0, or 4.0 has been announced. Like they're working on it. Like everyone's like, oh,
That's it.
it's done. We're done. And I think when people get bored, or when there's nothing left to do on the server, it feels like, I think people start getting bored and start going at each other's throats, kind of thing, where it's like, there's nothing to do. So I'm gonna just like, I feel like that's what usually happens of like crims versus cops, or people get mad at cops, people get mad at crims, kind of thing. When
Hmm.
there's nothing really going on the server, like role play wise, people kind of go and attack each other a little bit. But
So this is
I mean,
this
there's
is just
still role
normal.
play that happen. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't like to call it normal, but I think a lot of people are just waiting for something new, and I think some people may be frustrated with like when something happens over and over again. It's like the same. It feels like that you're living the same day over and over again. It's like people are probably just getting bored. That's what I just assumed.
Even though like the server's kind of like at a low right now, I feel like this is the best time for like arcs and stuff because like the big
Mm.
guys are not around. Most of the big guys are not around, so like the little guys like me and that can like get a chance to come up. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So I
I
think
say this
this.
on my stream, actually. I told people, like, if you want to get on GTA, like these are the perfect opportunities. When people are moving on to variety or playing variety, and like the server's not as full, like people say that's like, oh my god, the server's fucking dead, like the server's dying. But I feel like it's a good opportunity for people who have been waiting for an opportunity to roleplay, who will start to roleplay once they get on. Like this is the time where you want to queue up and you try to get on.
Hundred
That's how I
percent.
started. I started kind of when there was a lull where a lot of the bigger streamers kind of stopped playing, but I was like, man, I'm getting in. Like I'm gonna just go in and do my thing, kind of thing.
Yeah. I think
So
I think people get caught up too much, but yeah, that's how I look. I look at everything as an opportunity.
yeah,
Everything. All right,
yeah,
so again, BananaBrea, Claire, I call you Claire. Um,
no problem.
I appreciate you coming on the show. Is there
Thank you so
any,
much for having me.
even though it took forever, and you
Okay,
never
I'm just
replied to my
really
DMs.
I don't reply to anyone's DMs. Okay, if it makes
That's
you feel better,
that's
I
a
don't
lie.
look at it. No, I don't really look at my messages. It's actually one of my biggest red flags. I don't respond to my text messages. I don't
Is it a
respond to
red
any
flag?
messages. I'd say so. It's really I get mad at myself, but I like see it and like I respond in my head, but I forget to reply, if that makes
I do
sense.
that. I do
It's
that on my my phone. I do that all the
yeah.
time.
I
Like
have like 200 unread text messages. It's kind of bad.
200. That's red flag. No, I'm playing. I'm sorry.
It's true though. It's true. But
No, but
it's true. Like
200 messages. Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Yeah, 236. And then not to mention my Discord or my Twitter DMs, like I don't respond to a lot of stuff unless I'm
What if
spammed.
what if somebody's dying?
Well, I've had like my YouTube editor, like I told him spam me. Like if you don't get a response from me the first 30 minutes that you need something from me, like spam me until I'm like a reply. If I tell this to a lot, even my management as well. Like I tell them, hey guys, feel free to fucking spam me. Like I'm talking like 30 messages, like boom, 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 boom. I will see it.
Yeah.
I will reply.
No,
But
I be like that sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm the person like that's why I don't really text. I'm not like that. Like if I
yeah.
speak to you, it's like I'll call because you can get
Hmm.
shit done better when you call. Like
I
if I
agree.
hey I need this blah blah blah, but like the texting I just don't because I know how it is. Because sometimes I'll be like oh yeah, and and then I'm back into it, but then it's
Well,
like in my mind I
yeah.
replied.
Like I'm in the middle of something. I'm like, oh, swipe up real quick. Like I saw that, but I'm gonna reply later. Let me
Yeah.
swipe up real quick.
And now it's open, so you don't
And
have the
yeah, and then
notification.
I don't see it.
That's why I
It's
called you in game because I'm like nah fuck this
no,
yo
but
hey
I respect it because I didn't. The thing is, I thought I replied to you.
I was
Like
like,
I thought I replied to you, and then I didn't, and I was like, what? I was so shocked.
Hey, I wanted it. I look at it as I wanted this interview, so you know I gotta be the go getter at
Oh
it.
yeah, fair enough. Fair
That's how
enough.
I'm. It's the hustle. So is there anything you want to like leave off? You know, like any type of inspiration, any type of you know that like you know a fan is looking at this right now and just be like, yo, man, I got the full scoop, and you just you know leave them with some final words just to let them have their you know peaceful day.
Mm, oh, that's a lot of pressure. Um, I'd say, even if you don't think you can do something, do it regardless. Even, if people don't like it or people like it, if you enjoy it, then that's all that matters. And, to be kind to other people, to be honest. It's the main thing you got to do. Treat people the way you want to be treated.
That's facts. That's facts. And don't take no bullshit either.
True.
I appreciate you so much. Yo, guys, leave in the comments below what you thought about the interview. If you have any more questions, just if something I missed, maybe write it down. Maybe we get a part two. We always say we're gonna do a part two.
If you want us to do another song like the video, because
Yes.
if you don't, yep, I'll do another
Okay.
song if
You
you
know
get some
what?
likes.
Even
Boom.
that. 500 likes on a video, we get a new song. Fine. That's good. That's good, Claire. Deal. It's look,
Deal.
it's on
It's a done
cam.
deal.
It's a contracted thing now, okay?
Shake
500
hands. Done.
500
deal.
songs, we get a new song.
Whoa, 500 songs. Whoa,
No,
whoa,
no,
whoa.
five,
Don't it down. Whoa, I
five,
don't know about any of that. I'm not doing 500 songs.
500 likes, one song. 500 likes, one song.
I'll do it.
And right now, I'll tell you guys this. I got a perfect song for
Woo!
her. All right?
Ooh.
So, 500 likes, you get it up, and then I'll send her the song, and then, we'll get it out, depending on how fast she
Done
sends it to
deal.
me. Part 2. All right,
Done
guys.
deal, done
Thank
deal.
you.